5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us today on the H3 Podcast, joined by the wonderful Jack Black and Kyle Gass.
Yes.
Of Tenacious D, of whom we all love and appreciate. Today's episode is sponsored by MeUndies, Vincero, Robin Hood, and Mint Mobile. Now, you guys are here. I can hear myself, Dan, but that's okay. You guys have a new animated series, Post-Apocalypto, that is on YouTube right now for free.
Yeah.
Why isn't everyone closing this and watching that? Well, listen to what they have to say first, right? And
I think it's kind of hard to find, but I'm an old man. I think the best way to find the full movie Post-Apocalypto is to go to tenaciousd.com and just click on it there for free.
And if you also go to tenaciousd.com, you can find out that these two wonderful men are touring all throughout this month. So grab some tickets and catch the D live.
The best one to see of all the shows we're playing is December 30th in Las Vegas. We're doing something very special. I can't say what we're doing there, but that's the one. If you can, you should get on a plane and fly to see Tenacious D in Las Vegas on December 30th.
A lot of people are gravitating towards our New Year's Eve show in Las Vegas, and that's the natural show. But the good show is right before that one. Has nothing to do with tickets.
There's only a couple tickets left.
Well, there's it's a little.
Well, and also Variety for your consideration. Hello,
What?
Tenacious D.
Did you guys see that?
And your consideration of Best Picture of the Year.
So, I don't know who put that in
Who
there.
did that?
Well, clearly it was Variety.
Right. They have editorial content.
Now, I watched and loved so much this. Is it a movie or a show? Because it's 6 parts, and then you've got it all together in one slot. So do you think of it as a movie or a show?
Series?
Whoa.
Well, we have found that the best delivery system is actually on a big screen in a movie theater. And just seeing it all at once, sharing it with the fellow fans. And
So it's more of a movie.
so we didn't know. I think we accidentally made a movie.
When we started, we were making little episodes. We're making little 5 to 10 minute episodes, and then when we got to the 6th episode, the finale, we realized if we took away the intro, outro, and ran them as one movie, it actually played the best. So yeah, we think of it in a lot of different ways. It's an album, it's a TV show, it's a movie. It could be a Broadway play.
It could. It is practically.
Yeah. Well, the live show is very rock opera-esque presentation of the material
that's awesome.
as well. Yeah.
That sounds super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Thinking maybe one-upping, Bruce Springsteen's on Broadway right now doing his show. I don't think he has any
Who's
lights
that?
and magic.
Yeah.
He's an old singer-songwriter. So I thought, why don't we just,
well,
scoop it?
I think you're kidding, but I would watch the heck out of a post-apocalypto Broadway show.
Yeah.
Well, part of the reason why we did Post-Apocalypto is we were jealous of Book of Mormon. Our arch enemies from South Park did this incredibly funny musical comedy. If you get a chance to see it, it's probably playing near your town now. Super raunchy, politically incorrect Broadway musical. And we were like, yeah, we want to party in that sphere.
Genre.
Rock?
Milieu.
Yeah, the dramas.
Well, theirs isn't really a rock opera. Theirs is
Yeah, you're true.
It's actually classic.
It was
Dramatic
Broadway
song.
it was
musical.
so hard to see, and I was living in Israel at the time, and there was so much hubbub about it. I really wanted to see it, and the only thing I was able to find was a gentleman recording it on his cell phone from the
the best way
from
to
one of the back
Best way.
aisles, and I have to say I don't remember much, but I think it was good. Yeah,
We should still watch it.
yeah, we should catch it.
Yeah.
But so you guys did everything on this, and it's a very unique style. It's a cartoon, but it's like one frame every 10 seconds. So you guys kind of, which I find charming. It's not like, I wouldn't consider it like, it's just a style, and I think it's very charming. Was this like a style that you guys chose for, or was it kind of an expedient thing?
Well, at first we were thinking we're just going to do a real rough version of what our fully animated show would be. You know, we were making our Rick and Morty, basically. And nobody wanted it on any of the networks. So then we were like,
well, it was kind of a pitch, right? I mean,
we're going to just do it our way. And it was just the cheapest way to do it.
Right, yes.
But at the end of the day, it ended up being, in a way, funnier than if we had fully
charming.
animated.
It is charming. There wasn't any point where I was like, oh, I wish I had more frames.
Right.
Because you get it.
You totally get it.
And I mean, I totally understand as I watched that robot vagina suck and swirl on that cock.
Spoiler alert.
In a way, it makes it less
alert.
pornographic when it's just frames. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I was chubbed up. I never wanted to fuck a robot before I watched your guys' show.
Our plan,
I can't wait.
We're ahead of the curve.
Thinking, hey, when we're done with this YouTube series, we're gonna like release it on Apple TV. But then Apple was like, well, wait a second. You have to get a rating from the ratings board, the MPAA ratings board.
Good luck.
And we're like, fine. We went to the MPAA. We paid them the $1,000 or whatever it costs to get the thing. And then they said, this is NC-17 and it cannot be shown anywhere, ever. Like, really? And it's a drawing of a penis? And it's like a badly drawn drawing of it. It's not like photorealistic.
No.
And at the end of the day, I think it's like the sweetest pornography you've ever seen. It's like it's got a real message of love.
Yes.
It's not coming from a place of
exploitation. I don't.
Absolutely no exploitation, none at all. Everyone is enjoying themselves. There's a scene. Well, the robot does put a finger in the butt.
Yeah.
And also
Spoiler alert.
Takes the balls and guides the penis into the vagina.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But I was like, wow.
Well, in a way, it's very educational.
It is. That's true.
It saves you a conversation about the birds and the bees if you want to just show
Parents.
Well, you guys gave a warning beforehand. But
That's true.
I noticed so on YouTube, you've got these 6 episodes in the movie. The only one that isn't age restricted is the first episode. And I don't know if you guys know about how YouTube works, but when a video gets age restricted, they share it less.
Yeah.
Oh, we know all too well.
Well,
I think there's bots flying around looking for shapes of penises.
It's
Yes,
not just
there
that
is.
they. It's
It's
not
so crazy.
just that they don't share it. It's like it's impossible to find the full movie if you type in Tenacious D post-apocalypto full movie. It still doesn't come up.
Yeah.
And if
You have
you're
to-
not signed in, you can't watch it.
No.
That's okay, but I just want people to be able to find it. That's why I'm only telling people
Go to the
tenaciousd.com. Yeah, that's the best way.
But if you go to the channel, you'll see it all there.
Yeah.
But yeah, YouTube does it. They bury stuff. They'll just bury it because they're so afraid of it harming their platform and scaring advertisers away. But it's just a little.
What about this for promotion though? The show YouTube didn't want you to see.
That's excellent.
Doesn't that always get people?
Absolutely.
They have to watch it then.
Well, I'm telling you're gonna watch this robot swirl its vagina around a cock, and you'll be like, "Damn, I can't wait for the future."
Yeah, I mean the future is
They
now.
gotta
I
have
think
that.
there already are robots. They're talking about robot
in Japan.
brothels now.
So I heard of a sex doll brothel.
Yeah.
Yes,
But I don't know that
Same
there's
thing, isn't it?
mechanics in the vagina because it's just
Oh.
a sloppy plastic. Gooey
that is
vagina.
just around the corner though.
Yeah.
Sound
Yeah.
really
I hope so.
appealing.
Now, would you guys fuck a robot that had like a super vag?
I don't think so.
What?
I must admit, in my youth, I think there might have been a doll experience.
Tell me about that more.
Well, I might have.
It's the operative word.
Continue.
In the early days of experimentation,
Yeah.
when you want to practice, I think that the dolls can be a great educational tool.
I fully, first of all, no judgment on my side. I mean, at that age, you put your dick in just about anything.
Yeah, I mean,
But tell me about, what did the doll look like?
kind of like a classic doll. Yeah.
Where did you get it? Where do you get those? Because do you have to be of age or do you get those at a sex shop?
There might have been some shoplifting involved. I don't think I should go into all the
There's
details.
a lot of might have. There might have
been a crazy night out
That's
with my
fun.
pals from UCLA. I was in the theater department.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Experimenters.
Yeah, I might have been like 19 years old, so it's like, wait, that's a little old for needing a doll.
Well,
But no, there's no age limit on when you need a doll.
well, apparently you can't even buy it until you're 18. So the people that need it the most don't have access to it, right?
Yeah. In fact, I think maybe the target audience is men in their 40s for the dolls.
That could be. That absolutely could be.
Thank God I'm too old for that. I think I just depended on a large pillow, I think, with that. Vivid imagination.
Yeah, I want to expand on this further.
Your show.
And I don't know
Ask
if
away.
I'm taking it too far, but if you fuck a robot sex doll, is it cheating?
Oh, if you're married and you have sex
And
with
then
a
you're
doll.
like, well, I want this vagina that can swirl and suck and do everything, but I mean, it's just a robot. Is that cheating?
I think it depends on the secrecy of the act. What if like maybe you're going on the road to do a job and your wife would actually give you a doll or like a
Placeholder.
fleshlight, something that would fit in the. Isn't a fleshlight basically a sex robot?
Well, it's not a robot, but it is a sex fleshlight.
What are you talking about? A fleshlight?
You don't know about
fleshlight?
fleshlight?
No.
Even
It's
I
like a
know.
flashlight.
Let me pull
with
it
like
up.
a penis in it.
Dolls?
Soft.
Let me show you a
supple.
fleshlight.
A fleshlight.
Here, you
Does
will
it-
love this. Can I show a fleshlight on this, Dan? What do you think?
Oh, wow. There's a lot there.
Well, here, this one is not very graphic, so let me show you this one. Oh, Christ's sake, it's on Amazon.
Here I've been
I'm
wasting my time with my hand all these years.
Well, so let's start here. Ela, is a fleshlight infidelity? Here, this is a fleshlight.
Okay.
Usually it's shaped more like a vagina, but I don't want to. You can see it on the screen there.
Oh,
But it's basically, and I love that they make it look like a flashlight of all things. Like put your dick in this flashlight.
well, any kind of sphere or any kind of
Does it light up?
cylindrical.
It's called light.
Oh wow, does this
Only
one light
when
up?
you're
It
doing
should
it.
light up.
Well, here we have a video.
Well, you have
Please
to
don't
do
be
it
a penis.
successfully.
Please don't be a penis. Okay, we better
No,
not
don't
watch
watch
it.
that.
Yeah, well, let's
We're live. We're live.
It seems like the light could create some warmth.
Oh.
Wow. So, can I use a fleshlight, Ela, without consulting with you?
I guess it would just be a little weird
Yeah.
if you did.
Okay.
But
So, if it doesn't have a face, it's not cheating.
I think the parameters just have to be decided on
Together.
yourselves. Yeah.
yeah.
But what's the
caring
difference between
partner.
fleshlight and masturbating? And
Yeah. It's,
sorry to include you guys on this conversation.
It's all right. No, masturbation's important.
but, yeah.
Well, maybe is masturbation cheating?
Yeah.
No,
No.
especially if you're like, ugh, get out of here, go masturbate.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
Give me a break.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I was reading though. It's important that you should masturbate together, though. You should be
Not all the
comfortable.
time.
Well, no, but comfortable enough
With eye contact?
I don't know. Maybe.
Intense laser.
Maybe we need to try that, Kyle, to bring our band closer
I could
together.
see that.
I'd assumed you guys had done that.
It worked
already,
for the
apparently.
Beatles,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Right.
Yeah.
How
Am
about
I-
that?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Hamburg. Not a lot to go.
Famously.
That was a Howard Stern interview. I heard that.
Yes,
live.
and Ringo claimed he wasn't there for
Yeah.
that session.
He hadn't
Oh,
joined the
yeah.
band yet.
Free-
He had the
yeah.
perfect alibi. He was there. He was there.
Finally.
I find it funny how people made such a big scoop out of it. Well, it's funny. Besides that, it's funny. But like, people started trying
There
to
was,
draw
like,
the conclusion
serious
that they were like
articles.
lovers and all this, you know. And it's just a couple dudes jerking off in the dark. I mean, right?
Was
Yeah,
it,
they're young.
Was it
They're
all
kids.
of the early Beatles?
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe, maybe that's why they kicked out the drummer. Is they didn't like the way he masturbated with them.
Could be.
Well, that's
He
how you
was
audition.
snaring all the ladies, though. He was an American. And apparently he was very good looking.
Is he still available for drumming?
Sure he is.
Wouldn't that be something if we got
Yeah.
Weed Best in the D?
You got stash.
No, we got great drummer.
So you guys did the voice, the art, the music, the writing. This is your baby, Post-Apocalypto.
Yeah.
You're saying tour de force.
That was coming next, Tour de Force. And who was the art director? Because there is a very distinct art style throughout. Art direction, Jack
He's
Black.
all art
A
all the time.
Renaissance man.
I actually tried to draw a cell just to show Jack what it would be like if he wasn't drawing it, and it was really bad.
So
It's like burn.
did you actually draw it?
I did draw it, but we got
You got help probably too.
we got a colorist who is an amazing Michael Molina to do all the color with his computer. and
You're
blow
going
up on
crazy.
purple
Can
people.
someone rescue our little troublemaker?
So the ultrasound guys.
Yes, the ultrasound.
I'll
Thank
take a
you.
guess. I'm not sure, but it looks like a girl.
Really?
Well, that is not what they said.
Oh,
They said they saw a little tiny little baby penis and they thought it was a guy.
that's a tip off. That's
Yeah.
a tip off.
But I don't know. Because she's like, well, technically the next ultrasound is when you find out. But if you want my opinion, at one angle, I saw a little penis, which was kind of
At
cool.
another angle, you saw
What do you think?
your angle. It was your angle.
I couldn't tell what I was looking at.
No.
I mean, these early ultrasounds are so crazy because there's like so much space and the baby's just like floating around. And she's doing this thing where she's pushing on the stomach, and the baby's like an eight ball and shaking an 8-ball, and it's like all bouncing around. It's crazy.
It's nuts.
Yeah. So it's a little boy, we think, Theodore.
Yeah.
Theodore, already know. You haven't even met him. How do you know?
I feel it.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel that.
What if someone calls him Theo? Are you okay with it?
Yeah,
I'm fine. I'm great with
I
that.
do like Theo.
I like Theo.
There it is.
So we've been wondering what we would do as far as Jewish.
The whole Jewish
Culture.
thing.
Yeah.
Because
We're not like religious,
Right.
but it is a way of growing up, doing the holidays and.
also it's important they speak Hebrew because you're family. But the extra school is just so brutal for
I didn't know it's extra.
because they don't teach Hebrew at public school. I'll
They
tell you
don't?
that. No, sir.
I felt like there was something to be gained also from the moral fabric that you get with Judaism and just in general when you have that cradle of
It's a culture.
that's a
It's an
culture.
identity, and I very much identify. I think I come from the same.
Yeah.
I'm very much a cultural Jew. You know, it is a. What's going on with you? What
Well,
what is it?
I think my mom tried to cover all the bases. I think I was, what do you call it when you're the Christian? You get baptized.
Mm-hmm.
And she just sort of, okay, I'm going to do that just in case.
That's funny.
And I'm going to go with some circumcision in there. Okay, that's good. So she mutilated my genitals. Thanks, Mom. No. Yeah, and then it quickly, and then nobody was interested in church or anything, and it was just devolved into an atheist household.
Devolved into a.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's just
And
I kind of gave up.
do you regret being circumcised? Because that is a debate that goes on today. Is that people are angry at their parents for circumcising
Hell yeah,
them?
yeah. Here's one right here.
You
What
wish
are you
that
doing? Why would
foreskin?
you do that? Yeah, we're made fine. All the parts are working fine. You don't do that. That whole like cleaning business is just such a pile of hooey.
Is it?
But you don't know
You don't have
if
foreskin.
you miss it because
Yeah.
you don't remember having it.
I'm going to just take a chance on sexually mutilating babies is not a good idea. I'm just going to take
Well,
a leap of faith there.
I mean,
let's not do
Let me
that.
Put it that way.
I can do that anytime on my own when I'm 18. Oh, I don't want that foreskin anymore. Let me remove that.
I think it looks a little nicer.
Oh, there you go.
Aesthetically.
I think, in my opinion.
I haven't noticed a drop off. I don't have anything compared to, but the quality of my orgasms has been.
All good, all life, baby.
Yeah.
So wait a second. Maybe there's something to
Maybe
be
there
said.
is. Yeah.
Well, do you know what? A lot of people get so foreskin is complicated business. I've heard a lot of people who end up having to get their foreskin removed in their adult life, and that can be one of the most painful operations.
Sound like a
you can
circumcision
get.
apologist.
Well,
Well,
he's
I
thinking
am,
about it.
frankly,
He's thinking about it.
because the debate rages on.
Because now we have to decide if we're gonna do it
Right.
to our
Don't
kid.
do it.
So,
Really?
all these decisions.
Have you asked your parents what they think about it?
Oh, I'm sure
I know
they
what my
say.
parents would
Mine
think
say
too.
about it.
Cut
Yeah.
that fucking thing off. I did a little Jack Black there.
Is that what I do?
Well, I don't know, but I like the exuberance. Yeah.
You're a wild man.
I say cut it off.
All right.
I say cut it off. But I want to ask you guys about, first of all, the HBO show you guys did is beloved to me, still one of my favorite shows ever.
Thanks, man.
You guys, it stands the test of time. It's hilarious. It was at the time. tell me about your guys' experience making that show.
I think that we were ranked like 36th best HBO show.
Is that true?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
By, I think, HBO. I don't know if
well, it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes to this
Whoa.
day.
Wow.
It's crazy.
well, how could you not like that?
So it was like The Sopranos,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
something, Tenacious D,
I don't know.
Shorties.
Yeah, check out your
The only real question is where were we ranked in relation to Flight of the Conchords? Because that's our whole
Oh my
life's
God.
mission is to
That's
like
right.
somehow compete
Oh, I think.
I
with
love
the
those
new
guys.
generation of Tenacious D.
Right. Have
From
you guys?
New Zealand.
Are you friends with those guys? You know those guys?
Yeah.
We are friends with them.
Even though we
want that
pretend
collab.
we do.
Is
we
there a
do
bit of
like-
rivalry?
I think there was a pretend rivalry.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
been squashed.
I think I was trying to stoke those flames. I thought
I
that
know.
would be the greatest thing. It's
It's
like,
good for business if
this
you
is
can get a
good.
rivalry
P.T.
going
Barnum.
with the more popular version
start a
of
fight
yourself.
if you want.
That's not
if you want a crowd. And then I think they took it. I think they might have taken it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, really?
So,
Well-
friendly beef turned to real beef.
Well, in their first show, they had a thing, a little sort of inside joke.
We don't know that this was Flight of the Conchords that put this joke into their episode. It could have been an art director. It's such a small thing. But Kyle, with his powerful laser
about it.
scope
I
eyes,
just heard about it.
noticed that they had like a newspaper, right? Is there an advertisement in a newspaper that someone's reading in an episode? What does it say?
It says Tenacious Dundee.
Oh!
Like Crocodile Dundee.
Of course.
Except Tenacious D. And if you read into that, it's like Tenacious is done. D. And we took that very personally. And ever since then,
and then
we've
we
been
spent
trying
the
to
next
find a way to
10
destroy
years
them.
to try to get them to do our festival, and they finally did.
But we do
they're-
we do love the Concords.
Yeah, I love their show, too.
It's like they're a subtler, cuter, younger.
Very cute. But you guys are adorable, by the way, can I say? The
Thanks.
beards and
What do you
everything.
Thank you.
We're trying to sort of give a vibe like we're wizards.
You've arrived. It's Wizardom. I'd love to see
I
it.
think it's in the wizard.
Traveling the earth, searching.
We're very furry.
I love
Are we
it.
furries?
No, it becomes you guys.
What are furries?
I think those are guys.
It seems to be
I
sweeping
can
the
tell
nation.
you.
Can you tell me
Yeah,
what?
absolutely.
Please.
I mean, here, let me. Well, this first
You
is
go
best
on,
presented with photos, but furries.
I think it's they
Furry
either
humans.
go to Flaming Lips concerts.
Nope.
Anybody?
So this
Or-
might weird you out because again, people are sensitive. So these are people that dress up as critters.
It's a sexual thing, though, isn't it? Isn't it part of
As
a
far as I know, it is a sexual thing.
like
So
you're
these
dating other furries and things?
they dress up as critters and they just have orgies, really, as far as I'm aware.
That seems very, very.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
It
Okay,
might not
I may
be,
be
but it's-
representing them. So Dan and Ian, please fact check me. But it does seem to have a sexual component.
Yeah, it does.
And I don't know what's the origin, but the faces, and I
That's
don't.
a cute group there. You got to say that's a nice.
I think that they creep me out.
There is a sexual component, from what I understand. I don't know about orgies happening constantly.
look at-
Although, I mean,
Well, explain this, Dan.
Yeah, explain that.
got a good point.
That ain't an orgy. I don't know what is.
I just don't know why their faces have to
Why
be
in
like.
Toronto? It doesn't seem like that.
Their faces are a little creepy.
Yes, thank you, Hila.
But if it's sexual, it's just a dry humping, right?
No, I
there's
think they
hole.
cut a hole.
They cut a hole.
Oh, there's a hole.
Yeah.
Always. Like the Mormons.
Like it's more of like
Just like the
it's
Mormons.
a flap. It's got to be like a Velcro flap.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Now that's sex.
But I guess I guess it's kind of nice if you're attracted.
There's a
to,
whole
like,
bunch of them there.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And you don't know whose
Fight the
flaps
power.
open and whose flaps closed in this
That-
photo.
Yeah, you don't know.
I guess if you're real ugly, like myself,
And
you
you
put on a
just-
fox outfit and you show dick, and maybe you got a good one, and your face isn't that good. Then all of a sudden you're like king of the furries.
It works to your advantage.
Right.
You think that's like 50% of the reason why people go furry?
Maybe
Well, you're kind of hiding your identity. You can't really see. Everyone's kind of equal.
just
in
dick
furry.
out.
Right. It's kind of like Eyes Wide Shut, but ridiculous.
I wonder if you have to adopt a furry voice, like like your pet voice.
Oh, do they do that, Dan? Or Ian, do you guys know if they talk in furry voice?
They don't.
My flap is open.
I mean, I know that
we have
there
our
is a
sequel.
role-playing aspect, so I imagine that
You have to act
comes
like
up
the animal?
occasionally.
Dan is saying yes.
Yeah,
If you're going to this
yeah.
length, then I would
Really?
assume you would assume the voice as well.
Right.
Well,
I think we should go undercover.
Well, do you paint your dick red like the Red Rocket?
Not often.
Oh, Jesus.
You
Not
don't.
often.
But they might.
I just looked it up. I mean, on their Wikipedia about furries, the sexual aspect, it's fairly far down in the article. There's quite a bit to the subculture other than the sexual aspect, although I will note that the sexual aspect, that is the biggest part of the article. So there you go.
These guys fuck like crazy.
I think it's more about the cuddling, really. I mean, I think that's what that's about. You want to get snuggly.
Yeah. I gotta get hot in there.
I think all the furries watching are being like, "Thank you, Jack. Understand
man.
this." Ethan is so ignorant.
I know.
That was
People don't understand. Yeah. People they have to get their message out.
So you guys created that show with. I didn't know this until recently. David Cross and Bob Odenkirk. I mean, what an incredible lineup! How'd you guys get?
They shepherded us in. Well, they took us under their wing.
Wow.
Early.
Well, our first ever show was at a little club that no longer exists in downtown LA in '94, somewhere around there. Yeah. We played a place called Al's Bar, and there was like 12 drunk hipsters in the audience, and one of them was David Cross, and he was like, "You guys are rad. Come open for our thing. We do a thing called Mr. Show Live." At clubs in LA, comedy clubs and stuff, and we're like, oh yeah, let's do it.
Sounds good.
We had never heard of them, but they had come out. They had just finished working with Ben Stiller on the Ben Stiller Show, and they were starting this new thing called Mr. Show, and then they had already made a deal with HBO to have their show, Mr. Show, on the air, and they finagled a way for us to be on HBO2 with short films that they helped us
first
create.
we were going to be part of their show.
Right.
I remember. And it's like, wait a minute. These guys don't really fit into our show. They should do their own little after our show, little special thing. But first, I remember they took us to Aspen for the HBO Comedy Festival way back then. And that was very exciting.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk is like, I mean, he also kind of gave Tim and Eric their big break as well, which is just incredible.
Bob's a great mentor.
Both of those guys, huge forces in comedy, but they're kind of like under the radar.
Yeah, it's kind of like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But great,
but that was great.
Great advocates for people. I find that so awesome.
Totally.
It's great to see Bob just bust out in the Saul role.
I know.
Like take
He's
over the
way
world.
more famous for being on Better Call Saul.
I know.
But he
Breaking
was
Bad,
before that. He was like, oh, Bob. I mean, he's always doing so many great things. But
Yeah, how was that watching him have a breakout in like the Breaking Bad world? I mean, he's so good.
He's so good at
I
it.
think he's just a dramatic actor now, really. I mean, that he's just taken onto that so amazingly.
And he's getting other parts too, left and right,
Well,
huge roles. But for me, I always think of that as like a little side thing that he's doing. I don't think of that as the main part of him. The main part of Bob Odenkirk is
writer
this genius comedic mind. Came out of SNL. He was one of the writers staff on SNL.
I didn't know that.
Just as a writer, and everything that he touched seemed to turn to gold. We were really lucky to cross paths with him and David Cross. In a way, we owe them everything.
they gave us our big break.
They gave us the big break.
Yeah.
So I recommend if you are trying to break into the industry.
If you're in the 90s and you're trying to break into
just
alternative
try to
comedy.
somehow impress Bob and David.
That's all you gotta
Well,
do.
Jack, as I understand it from a mutual friend of ours, you are also an advocate. I have a surprise.
What?
Somewhat of a surprise.
Oh my God! Am I going to be surprised by someone from a blast from my past going to enter the room?
I think so.
Oh no!
I'm really excited. A friend of mine reached out because he heard you were going to be on the show, and I don't know that you've seen this. He said, but I think that you'll be joyed by it.
Wow!
You'll be joyed by it.
You will be joyed by
This
it.
is like this.
Never
is your
been
life.
joyed.
This is an
It is.
episode of.
So hang
A
on.
lot of people don't.
Here we go. Tell me if you recognize this.
Oh my God! It's Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
So
Speaking of genius.
Justin Roiland, Jack Black helped Justin Roiland pitch and sell his first show as EP.
Wow.
Jack helped Justin get his foot in the door. No, well, and by the way, well, Justin reached out and he's like, Jack is amazing. He helped me and he believed in me. And I just want to say hi and thank you. And that he loves you.
What a